Two dead girls. Two dead girls. Dead girls. Hey everybody, it's Jessica with Two Dead Girls. As you can tell, I am just one dead girl for this vlog today. Lisa had an emergency and she could not be with me for this. But last time I was on here, I told you that I would be that we would be doing a really fun tag video that was put together by Rockula over at Rockula Retrospective. That's his information right up there. That's his little logo, and you can find a link to his YouTube channel down in the description field of this video. So go on over and check him out. But he put together a pretty fun tag, and I have the questions written down right here. Two things really quick, well, a few things really quick. Hope you all had a really very Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year. I do want to show off a little bit. I don't know if you can see this gorgeous necklace that I'm wearing, but Santa Claus did bring me a pretty amazing necklace. It's something called an ornament necklace or ornament, but I don't know if you can see it. I believe that it's French, and it means very expensive and extremely classy. Look at the detail on this gorgeous necklace. I'm a very lucky girl. Obviously, I was very good. I haven't taken it off since I got it, and it will stay there forever. I sleep with it. It's wonderful. And another thing that Santa Claus brought me was a high-definition video camera, so I apologize for you getting all up in my stuff and in my face, and let's cross our fingers that I don't scare you too much. And if you notice two little things poking out from my head, they're not antennas. I am recording this in my bedroom this evening. So I'm just gonna jump right into the tag. Rockula did not list the questions specifically, so I guess they're all subject to interpretation of how he read them in his tag. So I'm going to do the best that I can to kind of get to the heart of what I feel he was trying to say. So the first question was actually, oh hey, me and Lisa kind of came up with this question. He says that. I'm totally not, you know, like speaking for him. He said that in his tag video, and you'll see that if you go over and watch it. Do you think that if things went differently with the Beth and Noah exchange, would Rick let Noah go back? Do you think that they would try to take him right then and there, or would they have gone and devised a plan and then gone back with them? I kind of think that they may have. I don't think there would have been an altercation right there. To be completely honest with you, I don't think that Rick and them would be that reckless at that point. They got what they came for. They came for Beth, and I think that they've established enough of a relationship with Noah for Noah to feel pretty confident that these guys are going to come back for him, or at least the relationship that he has created with Beth. I really feel that, you know, that they probably would have been smart about it, and they would have devised a plan and gone back. That's just my gut feeling. Now that Beth is gone, which character who has number 2? Now that Beth is gone, which character who has died on the show do you miss most? I'm still gonna say my number 1 is Herschel and my number 2 is Dale. Nothing, I think, can ever change the way that I feel about that. I have not met a character that I've loved more than Herschel, because he was flawed in so many respects, but he still was such a wonderful voice of reason, and I always say that I feel that this is, you know, this is kind of what the show is missing, and Beth brought a lot of innocence to it, to the show, and you know, innocence lost is hard, but we still have Carl, we still have Judith. I mean, Carl's badass, but I really feel that the people that I miss the most are Herschel and Dale. Okay, number 3. Do you think that the writers are trying to create a parallel between Gareth and Rick when they both have said at one point during the season, "You can't go back, Bob." Is Rick becoming more like Gareth? Well, there have been, I mean, Rick transitions so much that I see a lot of other characters in him quite often. I mean, since Rick is such a character that's constantly evolving, I think it's kind of impossible to not create these similarities or mirror some type of qualities between people. Like I mean, even Daryl seems more like season 2 Rick to me. He's making, you know, he's making more sense. He's making more rational decisions. There have been times in the show where I said, "Oh, well, Rick was really reminding me of the governor." You know, he really sounds a lot like the governor. Or, you know, like Gareth. Do I think they were trying to trick us into thinking that Rick was like Gareth? No. I just kind of think that the writers draw similarities because it's interesting for people to kind of, you know, pick up on, like, "Ooh, that was a governor move," or "Ooh, that was a real Gareth move." So I don't think they were trying to create anything specific by that. Number 4. I think this was Meat Pie's question. And every time I hear you say meat pie, I think of Sweeney Todd. And I think of Mrs. Lubbock's meat pies. And then I throw up in my mouth a little bit. Number 4, was Beth trying to... Yes, and guys, I did say Meat Pie. He's got a friend named Meat Pie. Go, you'll see him. Meat Pie. Was Beth trying to die when she stabbed Dawn? I don't think at this point Beth wants out. I don't think at this point Beth wanted out. Season, you know, Beth cutting her wrists on the farm, that was very different. It was a very different time. She didn't think that she was strong then. She didn't think that she was capable of surviving all of this stuff. But this season was her season. She says, "I am strong." I don't think she was ready to go. I found it really stupid because she does have knowledge of the human anatomy that she stabbed where she stabbed. I think that she could have gone someplace else. Then in the back of my mind, I thought maybe Beth in her heart didn't want to kill her, didn't want to kill Dawn, because they did have somewhat of an exchange, even though she wasn't somebody that was trustworthy. I don't think that Beth was trying to die. I don't think that she was ready. I think she fought too hard to get out. I don't think she wanted to die. Number 5. This is an awesome question. What is the most essential piece of clothing in the Walker apocalypse? That first scene when they're all in the train car and Rosita's got her earrings out and everybody's making all these things. God, what is the best article of clothing? First of all, the girls on The Walking Dead, and I've said it before, they have the baddest ass boots ever. I can't find such cool boots, and I'm not even in a zombie apocalypse. Like, I love Carol's boots. Michonne, awesome. I'm actually going to say a belt. I mean, as far as a piece of clothing, I'm going to say a belt. Only because, you know, you can hold things down, you can lift things up, you can get different leverage with it. I think it's, I don't know. You can tie up a prisoner. There's a little pointy thing at one point. I don't know how far you can get that into something's brain, but it is good to have something to stab with. So I'm going to say a belt. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. So number 6, we have had our share of safe havens. There's been the prison, there's been Woodbury, there was the farm, and they've all proven to eventually not be so safe because they've burnt to the ground, they've been attacked, and an armored car full of walkers have driven through the fence. What would you do? Would you stay moving, or would you keep moving, or would you stay put? We had a question similar to this in our tag video from last season. I kind of loved Woodbury because I'm trying to put myself in a zombie apocalypse. I feel ignorance is bliss. The walls around me that I don't need to know what's going on the other side, I feel would probably keep me safe and keep me happy. And if the shit hit the fan, then the shit would hit the fan whenever it did. I don't need to know about it. I think that you could stay put with the right people. I mean, Herschel and Maggie and Patricia and Otis and all of them and Beth, they were doing pretty fine and dandy on that farm, and they were surviving, and they were keeping to themselves, and they were doing whatever it was that they were doing until Rick and everybody show up and screw everything up. I would probably choose personally myself to stay put. I would be the stay put person. I'm staying right here. I'm not going. But I can understand why people run. Number 7, if you eat infected meat, will you eventually turn as well? Tainted meat! That was the best scene, I think my favorite scene in all of the first half of season 5. Alright, so we're all infected. We know this. Everybody is infected. So, if you die, you're going to turn. Alright, will the meat kill you and then turn you? Is basically what's happening here. Well, people have gotten mad cow disease. I don't know. I don't see anybody walking around with a temperature, you know, a meat thermometer in their back pocket to see how well this meat is actually being cooked. You don't know, and even if it's cooked, you could still get sick from it. I don't know. I would think that you could get sick. People get mad cow. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. People get mad cow. Alright, number 8. Since the start of the, as he called it, fall of humanity. Well, he didn't exactly say fall of humanity. That's what I have, like, summarized what number 8 was about. Since the fall of humanity, how have racial relations and gender roles changed? Speaking of our group, I think that they've changed greatly. I mean, look at Daryl and look at Merle. They were probably 2 of the biggest redneck people in the entire, you know, in the entire show, and they both had their fair share of racial stigma and issues against T-Dog and against Glenn. And then you have, during the Merle and Daryl reunion, you know, Daryl defending Glenn and correcting him. He's Korean, you know. You have Carol, who really felt in season 1 that a woman's role is to be washing the dishes at the riverbank on a washboard. And look at her now. So obviously they've changed within our group, within our characters. I'm sure that we're probably going to meet up with some more people that could be as close-minded as Merle was, or as scared as Carol was. But as shit starts to happen, people change and people grow. And yeah, I don't think that Carol would ever go back to being Carol from season 1, and who would want her to, because she kicks serious ass. So I kind of think that's it. Is that the last question? Yeah, 8 questions. I am not tagging anybody specifically to do this. If you're watching this, do it. Set up your camera. Even if you've never vlogged before, set up your camera, film yourself, and if you don't want to do it, leave a comment below with all of your answers. Write them out. Who cares? I'd love to know what you guys think. If you do the video, I said doo-doo. If you do the video, leave us a link to your specific video so we can come over and watch you and comment on your video, and vice versa. And let's keep this going. That is it from me, you guys. I hope that you have a really, really great week. I don't know when we're going to be back doing something, but I know that it's only 30 days and change until our show comes back, and I'm so excited. Maybe me and Lisa will do some kind of a prediction show. In case you don't know, she's growing a little ass kicker. So she's got a lot of stuff going on right now. She's got a little ass kicker growing inside of her, and I couldn't be happier for her, and she's very busy with all of the greatest things in the world to be busy with. So Lisa, if you're watching this, I love you. And Rockula, thank you for tagging us. Do the tag, comment below. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.